Hey everybody, my name is Chanel. You're watching Nell Talk. There's a lot going on in the world today, and that a lot of people are questioning things and are wondering, so I wanted to bring this information to you. The presence of evil on earth does not mean that there is an absence of the true and living God, Yahweh. If you want more understanding about what's going on in the world today, I would suggest you read Revelations. But if you want to know how evil came down to earth in the first place, we're going to read from the Book of Enoch, one of the missing books out of the Holy Bible. So we're going to start at the Book of Enoch, chapter 7, verse 1. It happened after the sons of men had multiplied in those days, meaning they had children, that daughters were born to them, elegant and beautiful. And when the watchers, the holy angels that God designed to be as kind of like a big brother or big sister to the human, to do what God told them to go do when he told them to go do it. And when the watchers, the sons of heaven, beheld them, they became enamored of them, saying to each other, "Come, let us select for ourselves women from the progeny of men, and let us beget children." First mistake. Then the leader, now please forgive me for these names. I'm reading the Hebrew book, so I'm reading the English translation of the Hebrew copy. And these names, this just proves to me that God is black, or that, I'm sorry. But then their leader, Shemiyaza, said to them, "I fear that you may perhaps be indisposed to the performance of this enterprise, and that I alone shall suffer for so grievous a crime." They know that to want something that they're not supposed to is a sin in itself already, and he's saying that. And he said, "But they answered him and said, We all swear and bind ourselves by mutual execrations that we will not change our intention, but execute our projected undertaking." Meaning that some other angels came and was like, "No, you ain't got to do it by yourself. I'm going to do it with you. Come on, we're going to shake on it. Come on, we're going to shake. We're on this mountain, everything." So they said, then they swore all together and all bound themselves by mutual execrations. Their whole number was 200, who descended upon Ardis, which is the top of Mount Hermon or Sherman. Forgive me again for these names. That mountain therefore was called Sherman, because they had sworn upon it and bound themselves by mutual execrations. These are the names of their chiefs. Now, these are the names of basically the leaders of the fallen angels. Shemayaza, who was their leader. Woo, child, this name. Uraka Baramiel, Akiabiel, Temiel, Ramuel, Danel, Askiel, Sarakinau, Azael. Lord, please forgive me. Oh, I'm butchering these, I know. Asiel, Armors, Batrael, Aname, Zavebi, Samsavel, Ertael, Turel, Yomael, Araziel. These were the prefects of the 200 angels, and the remainder were all with them. So God made it his business to make sure that we knew who the leaders of the fallen angels were. So then he said, then they took women, each choosing for himself, whom they began to approach, and with whom they cohabited, meaning they lived with them, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the dividing of roots in trees. And the women conceived and brought forth Nephilim, and they bore unto them 3 races first, the great Nephilim. The Nephilim brought forth the Nephilim, and the Nephilim brought forth the Eliab. And they existed, increasing in power according to their greatness. So as you can see here, they're telling you that these holy angels came down, disguised themselves as basically human, because you know they have more power than humans. It's a tier system. And they basically they taught the women sin, and not only that, they had sex with them and conceived 3 races of their own kind of people. So, and they existed, increasing in power according to their greatness, whose stature was each 300 cubits. These devoured all the labor of men until it became impossible to feed them. When they turned themselves against men in order to devour them, and began to injure birds, beasts, reptiles, fish, to eat one another's flesh and to drink their blood, then the earth reproved the unrighteous. This is Enoch, chapter 8, verse 1. Moreover, Azazel, one of the main ones after Shemaiah, taught men to make swords, knives, shields, breastplates, and the fabrication of mirrors, and the workmanship of bracelets and ornaments, the use of paint, the beautifying of the eyebrows, makeup, stones of every valuable and select kind, and all sorts of dyes, so that the world became altered. Impiety, which means people who don't have any kind of revering for a God. Impiety increased, fornication multiplied, and they transgressed and corrupted all their ways. All right, another name. Amazarach taught all the sorcerers and dividers of roots. Armors, he taught the solution of sorcery. Barkael, the observers of the stars. Akibiel taught signs. Tamiel taught astronomy. And Asadradel taught the motion of the moon. And men, being destroyed, cried out, and their voice reached to heaven. All right, so now we're on Book of Enoch, chapter 9, verse 1. Then Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, Suriel, and Uriel looked down from heaven and saw now these are the angels who are still doing what God, they are still in good standing with God. They still doing what they're supposed to do. Now they're looking down from heaven and saw the quantity of blood which was shed on earth, and all the iniquity which was done upon it, and said to one another, the voice of their cries, the earth deprived has cried even to the gate of heaven. And now to you, O you, the Holy One of heaven, the souls of men complain, saying, bring judgment to us from El Elyon. Then they said to their Adonai, the king, God, please forgive me, I'm mispronouncing his names, Adonai ha-Adonim, Elohai ha-Elohim, Melech ha-Melekim. The throne, I'm not laughing because the names are funny. I'm laughing because I know I am butchering these like crazy. The throne of your glory is forever and ever, and forever is your name sanctified and glorified. You are blessed and glorified. So this to me is just like them, like their introduction to speaking to our Lord, which is amazing because it just shows you got to come correct. But they said, you have made all things. You possess power over all things. And all things are open and manifest before you. You behold all things, and nothing can be concealed from you. You have seen what Azazel have done, how he has taught every species of iniquity upon earth, and has disclosed to the world all the secret things which are done in the heavens. Shemaiah also has taught sorcery, to whom you have given authority over those who are associated with him. They have gone together to the daughters of men, have lain with them, have become polluted, and have revealed their sins to them. The women likewise have brought forth Nephilim. Thus has the whole earth been filled with blood and iniquity. And now behold, the souls of those who are dead cry out and complain even to the gate of heaven. Their groaning ascends, nor can they escape from the unrighteousness which is committed on earth. You know all things before they exist. You know these things and what has been done by them, yet you do not speak to us. What on account of these things ought we do to them? That's basically sounding like to me like, what you want me to do, Lord? Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Come on. I got you. That's how it came out to me. So I actually wanted to read the next chapter for you as well, so that you can see the full extent of what I want you to see. All right. So this is the Book of Enoch, chapter 10, verse 1, all the way down. Then El Elyon, the great and holy one, spoke and sent, all right, here another name, and sent Arsaelah to the son of Lamech, Jesus help, saying, say to him in my name, conceal yourself. Then explain to him the consummation which is about to take place. For all the earth shall perish. The waters of a deluge shall come over the whole earth, and all things which are in it shall be destroyed. And now teach him how he may escape, and how his seed may remain in all the earth. Who built the ark? So who do you think he sent to tell to conceal themselves? So, and now teach him how he may escape, and how his seed may remain in all the earth. Again, Yahweh said to Raphael, bind Azazel hand and foot, cast him into darkness, and opening the desert which is in, this is a place that I don't know how to pronounce, Judea, cast him in there. Throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. There he shall remain forever. Cover his face, that he may not see the light. And in the great day of judgment, let him be cast into the fire. Talking about when he come back. Restore the earth, which the angels have corrupted. So that's a confirmation of what I just told you, that the angels who came down here were the fallen angels. The Nephilim, all three of those generations or different types of angel human breeds. He said, restore the earth, which the angels have corrupted, which means that it was never supposed to be like that. So he said, restore the earth, which the angels have corrupted, and announce life to it, that I may revive it. All the sons of men shall not perish in consequence of every secret, by which the watchers have destroyed, and which they have taught their offspring. It sounds like, no, where's the leader of the group? I want the head of them. I'm not finna make all of them suffer for what you did. You started this. So I just want to point that out. So he said, all the sons of men shall not perish in consequence of basically what the angels did, of every secret by which the watchers have destroyed, and which they have taught their offspring. All the earth has been corrupted by the effects of the teachings of Azazel. Of the teaching of Azazel, I'm sorry. To him, therefore, ascribe the whole crime. Like I just said, I'm not worried about all of them back there. Who started it? Who started it? So, to Gabriel, also, Yahweh said, go to the bastards. The reprobates. You need to look up that word too. Look up what bastard and reprobate actually mean. Go to the bastards, to the reprobates, to the children of fornication. God really flaming them. He really flaming them, bro. You got to learn how to read his word, because I promise you it's so much more entertaining than the world will tell you. So he says, go to the children of fornication and destroy the children of fornication, the offspring of the watchers from among men. Bring them forth and excite them against one against another. Let them perish by mutual slaughter. For length of days shall not be theirs. God is not playing. He is not playing, y'all. So he said they shall all entreat you. Meaning that they'll all be begging, like, please, can you talk to God for me? Like, I'm sorry. I really ain't mean it. They shall all entreat you. But their fathers shall not obtain their wishes respecting them. For they shall hope for eternal life. and that they may live, each of them, 500 years. Sorry. To Michael, or Michael, holy angel. Likewise, YAHUAH said, go and announce his crime to Shemaiah and to the others who are with him, who have been associated with women, that they might be polluted with all their impurity. And when all their sons shall be slain, when they shall see the perdition of their beloved, bind them for 70 generations underneath the earth, even to the day of judgment and of consummation, until the judgment, the effect of which will last forever, be completed. He's not playing. Then shall they be taken away into the lowest depths of the fire and torments. Hotter than hot. And in confinement shall they be shut up forever. Oh man, imagine being locked in a hotter than hot box or pit. Immediately after this shall Shemaiah together with them burn and perish. They shall all be bound until the consummation of many generations. Destroy all the souls addicted to lust, and the offspring of the watchers, for they have tyrannized over mankind. Let every oppressor perish from the face of the earth. Woo! I love that. Let every evil work be destroyed. The plant of righteousness and rectitude. Rectitude means like spiritual uprightness. This righteousness, another word. Let the plant of righteousness and of rectitude appear, and its produce become a blessing. Righteousness and rectitude shall be forever planted with delight. Then shall all the Kodashim give thanks. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that is correct either. Kodashim basically means like the holy men, saints, holy ones, God's children, us. So he said, and then all of the Kodashim give thanks and live until they have begotten 1,000 children, while the whole period of their youth and their Sabbaths shall be completed in peace. The Sabbath is on Friday. It's basically like the 7th day that God used to rest after creating, and we are supposed to do the same thing. In those days all the earth shall be cultivated in righteousness. It shall be wholly planted with trees and filled with benediction. Every tree of delight shall be planted in it. In it shall vines be planted, and the vine which shall be planted in it shall yield fruit to satiety. Look up that word, satiety, Satiety. Satiety means overabundance. God is great, y'all. He said, in it, vines shall be planted, and the vine which shall be planted in it shall yield fruit to satiety. Every seed which shall be sown in it shall produce for 1 measure 1,000. And 1 measure of olives shall produce 10 presses of oil. Oh my God. Purify the earth from all oppression, from all injustice, from all crime, from all impiety, and from all the pollution which is committed upon it. Exterminate them from the earth. Get going, baby. Then shall all the children of men be righteous, and all nations shall pay me divine honors and bless me, and shall adore me, as we should. The earth shall be cleansed from all corruption, from every crime, from all punishment, and from all suffering. Neither will I again send a deluge upon it from generation to generation forever. God's promise is the rainbow. That was basically like his visual representation of this promise right here, saying that he would never send a deluge after doing this the first one, and he would never do it again upon the earth. And he was just basically describing how fruitful the earth will be after all the evil basically is gone. And that's how you see me smiling and happy. I really love these few chapters and what they reveal about God. So after reading that, I want to remind you that God's wrath is still holy. He is still good even when our personal circumstances are bad. He is still good even when our worldly circumstances are bad, because he is in control. If we would read his word instead of a lot of times leaning on our own understanding or lack thereof, because it's okay not to know everything, we will be shown the truth about all the things that we wonder about. So the devil knows this and likes to try and trick us humans into thinking that there isn't a God because of all the evil on earth. He definitely tried to get me to believe it before. And I know he's probably trying to get other Kodashim, other holy men, other saints, other children of God to believe that same lie. And that's why I wanted to share this information with you and just really give you a little armor. This is the armor that God tells us to put on to prevent ourselves from being tricked by the devil. I just think that God's truth is so powerful. So powerful. And I read these chapters again because I want you to see where evil truly started, where it went, and where it has been ever since. Okay? And just because some of those angels are bound does not mean that the rest of them are not still roaming earth. God is not done. He is not done. All of this is such a grand master plan that our minds literally cannot wrap around it. Our minds cannot wrap around it. And I also wanted to read these because I want to show you just how good God is by showing you his justice system. It don't fail. It don't fail like the ones in the countries that we live in. And he's the perfect parent too, because he knows what consequences to apply, when to apply them, for how long, and he knows how to do that to get his children, angel or human, I don't care what kind of creation you are of his. God knows what to do to get us to learn the lessons that he needs us to learn. And I love that about him. I love everything about God, but just some other things I want to share with you. And I also wanted to say that, like, a good parent is one that teaches their kids, like, right from wrong. And most of us do that on earth physically with our children. And I just think that's a reflection of how Yah handles us. We're much more like him than we realize. And I lastly want to encourage you to read the entire Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch was the very first book that wasn't in the Bible. The first missing book from the Bible that I read. And God led me to read that book right before the passing of my father. And when I tell y'all, it provided so much understanding about life, death, the world, how it operates, where rain comes from, where the clouds come from. Like, it literally lays it out. God laid it out in his word for us. And I just really want to encourage you to read that book. I wouldn't say it's more important than the other missing books, but it's one that has personally changed my life for the better. And if it can help me in a positive way, I will pray that it will help you in a positive way just as much or even more. So please, please, please read the missing books of the Holy Bible. Okay? I read the Cepher. That's where I get the fullness of his word from. And I actually have it in the app, so I can look up key terms. I can look up just different things and find exactly what I need to know. Sometimes a physical book isn't as, easy, but God will still show you. I believe that if I had the book and I didn't have the app, and I would ask God a question, I believe that he would send me to the exact page to see, because he's done it before. He's done it before. And just as I was led to read the Book of Enoch before my father passed, to know where the holy man, to know where the saints go when they die physically on earth, man, God is so amazing, y'all. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I didn't mean to make this video this long, but I really, really hope that this will be some profound information for you. And as always, I love y'all. I wish y'all the best in not even wish, I pray that you are having the best time of your life. And even if not, that you are learning what you need to learn so that you can progress. So I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later.